just excitement. It was just full excitement. I couldn't contain it. It was, I don't know. I kind of felt like I had a chip on my shoulder, just something to prove from my last performance. So, being able to have a finish like that, it was just pure excitement.
From MMA Island. Christopher Santiago with MMA Island. Today I'm joined by Justin Longoria, who's coming off his third straight win at Fury UFC 117 last weekend. Justin, a big knockout. How do you feel, man?
I feel great. I feel great. I feel like all my training paid off. So I'm happy with my performance.
Awesome, man. And back to the gym, right? No days off. Talk to me a little bit more about that mentality and why you don't take any days off.
Yes, sir. So as soon as after the fight, I went back to the gym Monday night and Tuesday and Wednesday. I gave my teammates, some good work. They got fights coming up too. So I finally am taking, a few days off a little bit, enjoying myself, visiting family in Louisiana. So but starting Monday is gonna be back to it. And I feel like I have something to prove. So, let's get it.
hmm Going against an undefeated guy like that, like I guess before the knockout, did you envision that's how the fight was going to play out, or did you feel like it was going to go a little bit longer?
Um, I felt like I felt like a second round finish was kind of coming. I was a lot more confident in this fight than my previous one, and I was just playing by ear. Whatever he gave me, the knockout, submission, whatever was there, I was ready to finish it. And once I found his rhythm, I just capitalized on it.
hmm I feel like you had the most explosive like knockout of the night. Like in even finish as well. When you get that mean left hook in, I guess what were the emotions like after you got the knockout and you're just celebrating over there in Houston? I guess what were the emotions like?
And it was just excitement. It was just full excitement. I couldn't contain it. It was, I don't know. I kind of felt like I had a chip on my shoulder, just something to prove from my last performance. So, being able to have a finish like that, it was just pure excitement.
hmm Was this the highlight of your career thus far?
So far, I don't know. I don't know. I got a few knockouts. So I got a spinning back fist and then I got a head kick knockout. So I mean, it's pretty up there though. But I think definitely this will probably be my best just because the my opponent, just because he was high level and no wins. So I
hmm
think so.
Oh, and then you were supposed to fight Steven Orozco, right? Before the fight fell through?
Yes, sir.
And how many weeks did you have for Royce?
Um, I about like 5 weeks. Yeah, five,
Gotcha.
6 weeks.
When you're preparing for an undefeated guy, I guess how do you kind of exploit the weaknesses and like uh and do you watch a lot of fight tape?
Um, I watched a little bit of fight tape. Not much. I'm not too big on watching my opponent's fight. I should be, but I kind of leave it up to my coaches, to Eve Edwards and my coach Javier Gonzalez. We come up with a game plan. We all put our heads together, watch a little bit of tape and, make the plan from there.
hmm How happy was Eve with the performance?
Big time. He was happy. Once I got to the gym, it was, he congratulated me and everything. We talked for a little while. So yeah, all my coaches were real proud of me and happy.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Good to hear. And you haven't lost since facing the Fury FC Hall of Famer Jacob Silva. He's a really tough veteran. You haven't lost since facing him. I guess what were some lessons or things that you could take away from that fight and that you could amplify to, or that lessons that you could take away to amplify your career moving forward?
Definitely. That fight actually taught me a bunch, a bunch. Big shout out to Jacob Silva for coming out for that win. He taught me. He just taught me experience. I think he's been in the cage so much. Going against him, it was hard to tell like if I was hurting him or if I had him hurt or where he was comfortable and uncomfortable. His poker face is real good, so he's kind of taught me what the experience is like and how I should be in a fight, also to not show that I'm hurt or show that I got caught or anything like that. But I think that's the biggest thing is the experience.
Are we going to see the return of the oblique kicks? Because I love the fight that with Emerson Garcia, I believe. That fight and that performance is phenomenal from you. Are we going to see the oblique kicks return?
Every now and then, I can't throw them too much. They're gonna get my opponent's gonna get used to them and they're gonna see it coming. So I'm a surprise. Yeah, I might throw them out there, once or twice, more times than a few. So just keep it in my box of goodies.
Yeah, honestly, that would be a good game plan for you. I guess like just you have your arsenal, right? And if you can keep that stuff hidden until you hit the big leagues, then you unload it. That's kind of what you're getting at, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I know that you like to watch John Jones fight. I guess who are some of your favorite fighters to watch right now?
Right now,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest with you, I rarely watch fights. I'm
Yeah.
more I'm more I just fight, and when I'm not training or preparing for a fight, I don't even like to watch or talk about fighting, to be honest with you. But
Really? Interesting.
yeah, yeah. So I get asked that a lot, like who's up and coming, who you're watching, everything. I'm like, man, I don't really watch fights too much, so I'm sorry, I wouldn't have an answer for that one.
What do you watch on TV?
Um, I've been watching, honestly, a new season drop for Invincible.
Nice.
I don't know if you
Yeah,
know
I
that.
heard about that.
Yeah, so I just started watching that. I just watched like a bunch of documentaries too, just about I don't know. I just like learning new things, something new every day at least.
For sure, man. Do you keep up with a lot of the comic book shows like The Boys? I think new season drops. Daredevil season two drops. Do you keep up with the other comic book shows?
Nah, nah, not just
Not just
Invincible.
Invincible.
Yeah, I'm not too big into comics. My best friend got me into the show. He's the one that's into like all the superheroes and everything. So he's like, look, just give this one a shot. You just gotta watch it. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll watch it. And I got hooked on that one. So I might have to watch some other ones. And if any of them you recommend, I'll definitely watch them.
Yeah, I mean Daredevil has some of the best fight scenes, but you did mention that you don't really talk about fighting or like to watch fighting too much. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Daredevil's pretty good and it has a pretty good story. You might like it.
Okay, yes, sir. I'm definitely have to check it out then.
Yeah, man, for sure. You just fought. I guess when would you like to turn around?
Whenever I get the call, we're still getting together. I wouldn't have an exact date. I just play it by ear. Whatever's open, and especially I try to keep it in Houston. So I try to see what's open for like the Houston cards when they have them for Fury.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, for sure.
mm.
And then I feel like the UFC likes to sign a lot of pure UFC guys, especially after explosive knockouts. Is that kind of in like, are you thinking about that at all, or like, I guess can you talk to me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I'm definitely ready. I feel like I'm ready. After that knockout, I feel like you know I showed a display of a game, and my striking was a lot cleaner. This one, more comfortable. So if the Fury wants to give me a call, I mean Fury, if UFC wants to give me a call for the contender series or just quick notice, I'm gonna be ready. So just leave it up, just leave it in the air right there. Just ready.
Awesome, man. You've been fighting for in Texas for the last few years now. Is there any other places that you would like to fight? Any dream destinations for Justin Longoria?
Dream. I definitely would like to come back to Louisiana and fight. Just because that's where I started. But dream, it would have to be somewhere out the country, anywhere out the country. I want to see what's out there in the world. What does the world have to offer?
Yeah, most definitely. What I hate about like fighting in other places now, it's like if you find Australia, they take a lot of your taxes and stuff like that. And I think Europe's the same way. But yeah, man, hopefully. You can go there and they won't tax you too much, hopefully.
I hope not. Tax is already killing me enough.
Awesome, Justin. Well, I think that's all the questions I had for you today, man. I just want to thank you again for the time. Is there anything that you want to say to your fans out there watching?
I mean, just thank you for supporting me, and I'm hope I'm doing a good job as a fighter and putting on shows, and I hope y'all stay tuned in. I hope I can be excited enough for y'all to keep watching.